Right. Hello everybody, it's Fiona Fernandez. I'm not live tonight. I might be for a few minutes, but I'm away on holidays with some family, so I'm just set up on the bedroom floor to do a video for you. And I've created this card yesterday, ready for my live, but yeah, so I thought I'd just put that together. So all the bits and pieces I'll go through as we go along, and I'll show you where I've got them from as well, which catalogue and that sort of thing. So I've just got a few odd bits that I'm left over with here on the table. So it's Valentine's Day soon, so I thought I'd do something with a Valentine's Day focus. So I'll just pop my card up there so you can still see that. Still in my picture, yep. And I've used the Oh So Ombre paper, which is just wonderful. I love that colour too, but I'm working with this side tonight. So this is with the Rococo Rose colour. And on the papers, so this is one of the free items in the Sale-A-Bration. And this is the Oh So Ombre. So it shows you the colours on the back under here, if you're looking for the colours. Okay, so we've got Rococo Rose. So I've actually used Rococo Rose, and I'm also using a bit of Merry Merlot to bring it down a bit deeper. And I'm just using my markers today. It's not night, it's actually day. And there will be a bit of background traffic noise. We're near a main road. And so I'm just going to first of all start off with my trimmer in the picture. I'm sitting on a cushion, so doing a bit of yoga today. Smooth those out of the way a bit. And I might put the card on that side. So with all the bits you're left over with, you can actually just make up another card, which I'll do down the track. And I've got my handy paper trimmer, so I'm just going to, so this paper here, this is the cardstock for Merry Merlot. I liked the rich, deep colour of that. And I've already cut it in half, an A4 cut in half, and I'm going to score it. So make sure your trimming blade is up the top there. I usually score down the bottom, but it's a bit tricky on camera to move everything. So I'll go 10.5 centimetres to score it. With your little grey one, that's a scoring tool. And while I've got the trimmer out, I will just trim the other pieces as well. Put it up there. And for the Oh So Ombre card, I'm doing it so that the dark is, I've used the light at the top and the dark is cut off at the bottom. It's up to you where you do it. If you want more of the dark colour in it, you just trim it across here. So I'm going to trim it down that way, and I did actually end up putting it on a bit of an angle because I like that look. I think that was the 9. Let me have a look. It was 10, I think I cut that at. That one at 10. So we're cutting this one, trim that piece off and use that for something else. And then I'll just trim the edges as well. So I go to the 14.4. Get it out. Right, here we go. And I've just got a little container here to put all my little odd bits in. So that will be that piece. And then I'm going to cut a piece of the, now this one is very shiny. You can see the window there. And you'll probably see me in a minute. So this one's out of the current catalogue. And it's on page 11 of the mini catalogue, that one. It's up here. So it's the, what's it called? Let me see the numbers. Number 3, Love You Always foil sheet. So it comes with a few different colours of the foil sheets as well. Here. So you've got a lot to play with. This set also, I haven't bought this set, but I just got the papers from this one. But you can colour in these papers. You've got all sorts of fancy things. So because I'm using my mini cutter today, my mini trimmer, I need to cut some of this off to use it in the trimmer. And I need to be cutting a heart and also a rectangle. So I'll just work out, I think I just went to the width of this yesterday, which is around, I just put it on here to work out how wide do I need to cut that. So that's 9 centimetres wide. So we don't want to go wider than that to put it through our trimmer. So I'm just going to trim off 9. It's shiny in the light there, isn't it? I sat here so that we had the light over us. Light over my board. Turn that one off. We'll use that one in a minute. Put that down so it doesn't glare everywhere. And what else? Oh, I'll cut the other one in a minute. I've got to do the hearts first, so I'll just pop that out of the way. I think I did the hearts at the same time as the rectangle, didn't I? Yes. Okay, so I've got the stitched rectangles. Now I'll use this size on the back. That one goes on the back, and which went around this piece. And then this one here I used, let me think, gotta remember which one I had out. This one, that one. All right, we'll get both of them out while we're here. That's that size, yep. Okay, I'll put that one up there. And the other one I need is, so these ones are out of the Annual Catalogue. You can find all these in the Annual. I like the little hearts, these ones. They're cute. And there's actually another one, a set somewhere with more of these little hearts. They seem to be bringing them through a few different things. So I'm actually using the hearts on the background, so they're actually stuck on here. They're cut out. So we're going to paint them in a second. I'm just going to, so we do the background like that. And I cut this out first yesterday. And again, because I've only got the mini trimmer with me, I need to cut that first. I'll just put that on here so I can cut my bit of card to the right. I'll just trim that off so that I can play with it a bit. And then I'm going to be cutting that out as well. I'm not cutting this bit. Just move that. Get that out of the way. Move things a little bit. Okay, here's my trimmer. Now the plate. There it is. So I'm using this plate on the bottom, the one that I've already used a lot. Just make sure you can, if you can push that down, then turn it over. That keeps your plates nice and flat. So I am going to put this one, now what did I do? I've got to think what I did. I had this on here. I had it on this one. I don't remember. No, I think I had a bigger one, didn't I, to do this? I'm just thinking, because I can't remember which one I had out. Hang on. I actually think I've gone wider to do the hearts, but then I ended up trimming it off. There it is. I used this one. That's right. I cut out the hearts in a rectangle and then changed my mind what I was doing. That's what happened. So it doesn't matter which size I'd use. Okay, let's do that again. I didn't write it down, I just thought I'd wing it. We'll cut it out afterwards for the back one. That's another piece. So this is not really a beginner card, this is more of an avid thing. But, you know, feel free to try it. Let's wind that through. Now my mat's going to move because we're just sitting on the floor. Got to get over the top of it a bit. And I'll show you how I made that background a bit. I'm sorry, I bumped the camera. Bumped the bag. To put the handle on the other side. There. So then all your little hearts will come out, and I just pop these into the little bin I have so that I can catch them somewhere. another way to get these out of here, if you haven't got any tools, is to throw it straight down. It doesn't, as long as you're not throwing it sideways, it tends to get everything out. Well, I find it does anyway. Just one way to do it. And the other way is to get your, there is a little brush you can get to go in this tool to push everything out with your little take your pick tool through the little holes there. These little holes. And push that in there. And the background will come out. We want to get the background off because that's still stuck in there, see? Let's go over this. Get them out. I'm getting there slowly. It is a bit slow. Can be. If I had the brush with me, it might be a bit quicker. But I didn't bring it. I didn't bring everything. Just brought a few things. In my sewing bag, I put it all in my sewing bag, so it looks like I'm going sewing, but I'm not. I'm crafting. Handy bag. Alright, so then that starts to come out like that. Just pull it that gently. If it won't give, then you need to get in there with your tool again. See which bits are holding it. Alright, that's better. And then you have that piece there. I love it. I think it's so cool. So cool. Alright, now I just need to clean all my little hearts up. And get them off the table. Off the floor. Just put them in the box there. Okay, now I'm going to use this one and put these on here and colour them in. Put that up there. So I just used my 2 markers for this. How did I do this? I gotta remember what I did yesterday. This one might be different. Should have written it down, shouldn't I? I was just fiddling around yesterday playing with everything. Just looking at these hearts thinking, hang on a minute, I think I coloured them in first. No, I might have done them through something else. Anyway, I'll just find my piece of paper. If I work on the card, I can then use the background for that piece there. So I'm going to do light and dark. Which end have I got? No, wrong end. This one. But we'll do the light one first. And I'll get a piece of paper to play with. To blend on. So this is, it's got a lot of colour in it. I didn't worry about cleaning it out because I was going to use it again today. But if you keep rubbing it or give it a wash after you finish with it, it does get the colour out. I'm just going to rub it on there like that. And then just go over it like this. Give it a bit of a rub. Try and hold them down in place. And it makes the background nice. So we do it in different places. Get the light and the dark going. That's enough of that one. And then I'll just use the dark one as well. And just reposition that because as you can see the hearts already. I'll just put that back over. I'm not sticking it down, I'm just holding it there. Hope you can see what I'm doing. And just give that a bit of a rub with the darker one. Look at that. Lovely, lovely. Just to get a bit of a mix of colours. Oops, daisies. Move that a bit then. Hopefully I get it right. And a bit of definition on the hearts. You get the idea? There we go. It's a bit lighter than yesterday, but that'll do. I'm okay with that. Now, if you want so that's my little background piece. I want the hearts to be a bit darker because when you put them on here, I want them to stand out. So I'm going to go a little bit darker on the paper. Just get a bit more ink on my brush. And I'm just going to go a little bit darker on some of them. Like that. You won't see the middle because I'm covering that up. This is just on paper, so you don't need to worry about what's underneath it. Unless you want to make another background, of course. Good way to do another background. So that's a bit darker. So one will be out one end and one will be out the other end. I actually might just bring a bit of that other colour in. I decided, because I didn't bring much with me, I had this colour, the Blackberry Bliss, which I actually ended up using to do the stamp. I might put a little tiny bit of that in this now. And because it's already dark, I'm not worried about mixing colours. But I will go off a little bit on there to try that out first. And just bring a bit of that in so that it blends in with my writing. My sentiment. Okay, that'll do. And over there. Just put the brush over there. So when you're finished, you can either just keep rubbing the brush off like that, or you can go and wash it. I'll wash it later. So that's my little hearts, and I'm going to cut them in a minute. Separate them. Okay, what was next? Let me have a look at my card. Just trying to think. I've done extra hearts, I think, in the beginning when I cut it out to get these ones, but now I'm trying to think how I did those. But anyway, I've got a few of those spare in the box, so I just did them with the brush and cut more out, but because I cut more out yesterday, I won't do that again now. I'll just use them. Okay, so I'm going to fold my card. So I've scored it down there and the dip goes into the card, in like that. If you can see the dip, you might not be able to see it in here. See the scoring line? So it dips into the card, so you fold it out like that. Fold it away from the dip. And just use your bone folder to smooth that down. Got my trusty tool holder here to hold all my tools. Now, because that's gone a tiny little bit off, so one side's a tiny little bit out, I turn it over so that the front side is the side that's out. Should be right if you score it correctly, but I've obviously gone a tiny bit off. Alright, now I'm going to turn it this way, and this one here we're going to cut out the white. This one, the hearts. I'll cut that one out like that. So I might do that before I put it all together. I'll just cut out all my pieces. I'll turn it around this time so I'm not winding with my right hand. Okay, so I just sort of centre that on there. I haven't been too fussy with where the hearts are sitting. There we go. Let's see the other way. Started. So I always get it started before I move my hand off here. just wind that through. Sorry, it's a bit hard to see, I know. Sorry. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Get that off. I like these ones. Stitched Be Mine. They're called Stitched Be Mine. So that gives us our little heart piece for the centre. Over there. And I guess while I've got the cutter here, I'll cut out some other pieces. Where's my other piece? I turned it over, didn't I? Top the back here. And that was that one there. And I want a heart as well. We'll grab a heart. So this set comes with hearts in it. More hearts. There's more, and there's more. Look, there's more there. So I think I've used... Okay, so this one here, you look closely at that, if you can. Let me get it on the back of here. That has a line here that cuts. So you end up with this one. Or the one we're going to use around there. So it cuts out the middle and the edge. And then this one, so you end up with another heart. And then to get the stitch, if you were going to use this one, to get the stitching, you put this one on. So this one doesn't cut, it just emboss, it puts an impression into that. Like that. Puts the impression into the card. Alright. I won't use that one now. Put it on back. I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to use this one. And we do want some more hearts. Don't know if I can do them all in one shot. I might have to come back and do another one for these. Let's see how we go. So you want some hearts across the middle too. Just pop that on there. You can see my face now. Hello. Let's see if we can fit these on now. I don't need the whole lot of these. I actually fussy cut a few of them across the middle there. But if you wanted to, you could put the whole lot on under the heart and have them sitting. I might do that one different. We'll see in a minute when I work out what I'm doing. And because I've brought the mini, it does limit my movements here. I'll keep that on the... The other thing with using the foil is it does mark, so just be careful when you're using it. It does get a bit scratched if you fiddle around with it too much. And also when you're putting your plates across it, I actually put a piece of paper in, which I can't see my paper, here it is, to cover it up when I did the hearts, and it impresses on the paper, but it protected the embossing. But you need to know you've got everything in position for that. Not sure if this piece is too wide actually, looking at it. I might have to cut one first and then do the other one. Will I fit my heart there? Let's see if we can fit them all on first. It's just that I feel the plate's not quite wide enough for this piece of card. I want it to cut through. Alright, I'll come back and do that one, because I'm going to move it over a tiny bit. Can you see that? Yeah. So this side is hanging off a tiny tad off the plate. We want to make sure they're on the plate. Alright, they're there on the plate. I'm going to put my piece of paper over the top to protect my foil. And then very, very carefully place that in there without moving them all. And then hold them down firmly while you push it in. Get it started. Do I get it started? Yes. It's not moving. It's moving. Okay, it's moving now. I'm going to get over the top of it. It's a bit harder to push through because you've got that piece of paper in there. And the board's a bit thicker. but it's going through. Just got to help it a bit. Oh, it's hard work. Okay, she's out the other side. Pull that off. Oh, look, there's my heart. And there's my little heart, that one. And then you end up with another one. So that's the same as these, but I impressed them later. I forgot. I probably could have put that other one on at the same time, but never mind. Right, so we've got a few extra hearts here. Just pop them in my box. Just sort of scrape them off very, very careful. You've got to be very careful with these because they'll mark. So I'll just bend my board a tiny, tiny bit like that. Flex it. And then get a piece of this card here. If you flex it enough, it should come off. They should come off. There they go. Get into the little centers of them. That one doesn't want to move. He's staying there. It's got to move it a bit. And if in doubt, drop it on the floor. I'll just drop it over there. That usually does it. There you go, that does it. Not too hard, don't want to break anything. We just drop it gently and it gives it a little bit of a jiggle. Right, now I need to get these ones out as well. And again, just be really careful with these ones. When you're pushing through the holes, I'll probably try dropping this one first to see if I can get the back out, because I don't want to damage the foil sheet with a pointy end. Actually used this end to try and push them through. This takes a bit of time to get all these out. Okay, so that's still got the foil sheet in there. I've got to get these other odd bits out as well. I'll just push them through my tool. This is when you can meditate. Sit here and meditate a bit. Listen to the traffic. Are we there yet? It is a bit time consuming, isn't it? Sing a song. Oh, we're nearly there, look. There we go. And there's a piece. I'll get them out later. There's a piece there. One piece there. Okay, here we go. Lovely. Those other bits off. We're nearly there. It's pretty. It's all pretty. We're nearly cutting everything. Let's try this piece now. And I want this edge with this metal. Now, which one did I want? The smaller one. Put that up there. The smaller one. Just so, as you can see, because I went through the edge of it here, you can actually see a bit of a line on there, which hopefully won't matter. I can cover that up. But yeah, it might have been better to cut the shape I wanted first. I think this will land on the cutting line, so it's not too bad. I hope. Okay, here's my plate. We've covered it up. Right, get that going. I'm not covering it up this time with the paper because I'm only putting the last one through. There. Those bits out of the way. Right, I'll just put my heart back in there so I don't lose him. And my rectangles away. We've got to get everything off the table. Okay, so we've got our middle piece. Our back piece, we've got our center, the middle piece I'm going to chop in half in a minute. That piece goes over there. Are we going for camera? Am I off camera? Oops, today's my camera's moved. Sorry. All you can see is the floor. Oh dear. Hang on, I'll try and get it back up. I wasn't paying attention, sorry. Okay. Alright, we got all our pieces there. So this one we're just going to cut in half. So that we've got half on that side and half on that side. So I just cut it through there. Like that. I'm going to stick that one down. I'll just sort of position it and then put a bit of Tombow in. Dawdle it down a bit. You can put it underneath the other end if you want to, but you don't really need to. This is going to be covered up. Smoosh that around a little. Right, that's that one. And then we want, now what do I do next? Let me think. I think I'll put that one underneath next, like that. Right there. And this one comes over the top. Oh, I hope I'm covering that up. Like that. So we can just put a bit more stuff in the middle. That one's on an angle, and I want to go a little bit more that way so that I have room for the heart. I'm just looking at it, trying to get it in roughly the same place, although that one's not sticking out as much today, is it? Oh, they'll just be different, I think. How about that? There we go. And then we want some on this one. So once you get them all cut out, it doesn't take as long to put it all together. It's quite quick. Here we go. Oops, that one's slippery on there, isn't it? Trying to keep a bit of it out the corner here. Okay. We've got to stamp a heart yet, haven't we? I have a couple more hearts stamped out, but I might do another one because it looks nicer. Just got to find my card. Hang on a second. Yeah, the other one, I did them with the marker, but it didn't work out as good because the stamps were brand new. So that's why I went with that other colour, the Blackberry Bliss. Just find a piece of card. Got enough there. See how big that is. I've got one already stamped here. thinking I might stamp it again. Use the blackberry list. Just get a bit of card. And then my bag. Thought I had an extra piece out. I've used it. I think I might just stamp on the back of it. There we go. Put that on afterwards. So just find my little heart. I did from my heart in this one. Where are we? This one. So I always put it down and then put it on there. Just get enough ink on there. Am I still in camera? Yes. Have I centered that one? Yep. And I just need my little cutter. Just cut off to the side here, I think, so that I'm not moving everything. And I need the center heart, don't I? Okay. Find my heart. Just find my heart. Place him on there. So it's up to you whether you want it on a bit of an angle or straight. I did it fairly straight. And then place the other one over the top, like that. And pop it through. And then you end up with a white edge as well in your thing here. I just go like this a few times and it pops out, look. Now that I had already stamped that one, but it doesn't matter, you can't really tell. And you could even colour them in with something if you wanted to, make them another colour. Right, we're nearly there. That's dried a bit. Okay, so before I put the rest of this together, I put the ribbon on. Get the ribbon out. And on this piece here. So I'll turn it over. So we want it around, sort of around the center to the bottom a bit, which will be just about there. So I just used a bit of today's loose things under the bed. I used a bit of this Chair and tape down the side and down the other side to put my ribbon on. And while we've got it turned upside down, we'll just put some on the bottom and top, so we don't have to worry about that afterwards. You just pull off your ribbon ones. Actually, I'll just take one off to start with. And then, hang on, I'll get the size of the ribbon first before I do that. So cut the ribbon just a little bit longer than the card. You want it just enough to come around and over.